But bottom line on this, Caleb, it is another in a genre of loss unique to this year where Nebraska goes on the road against a Big Ten team and absolutely gets pummeled right out of the door to the point that by the time, even if they make a little bit of a comeback, they've put themselves in such a hole in the first 5 minutes of a game that a win basically is impossible, or at least feels impossible, and you can tell the players sense that.
Yeah, I mean, you just say 19-2. That's all you got to say. 19-2 to start the game. 5 of 6 from 3, and for Nebraska, looked absolutely sleepy out the gate. Now let's mention there were 2 new starters in the lineup, Sam Hoiberg and Andrew Morgan. Something that we were talking about potentially on the brunch show.
It's exactly what we wanted.
We're saying, hey, maybe you switch some things up, and that was clearly not what was going to work in Madison. So 19-2, and you go, all right, this is going to be not fun for the next 35 minutes of game time. And then Nebraska starts putting together a ton of effort defensively. I think Fred said it in the post game on the with the network, like 11 straight stops, puts together a 19-5 run, cut the deficit to 3 points, and then nothing. A Sam Hoiberg 3 puts you within 1 possession. You had multiple possessions, like over that stretch.
Esiason had a shot. Yeah.
3. Connor Esiason hit stuff. You saw Bryce, like I think he scored during that run, but like he's his own conversation for what happened this afternoon. But you just had like a Berke hit a 3. Like you had all these things happen, and it was like, okay, there's tons of energy on defense. Guys are moving on offense. They're getting decent shots. Juwan Gary's attacking the rim, and even when he misses, it's like good things are happening. You and I were talking about that during the game. And then nothing. Yeah. And then went back to, okay, here's not a lot of effort defensively. Okay, things are going wrong. We're not going to move on offense. And that's just kind of become the story of this team.
And it only lasted for a little while, and then it wasn't there again. That little stretch did make me really fully realize the defense. I think I said the other way on this before, and I have changed my mind. The defense by far is the problem. There are many problems. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying it's the exclusive problem, but the offense is struggling in large part because of the defense, in my opinion. I think fixing the defense would help go a long way toward fixing. I think we saw what that looks like a little bit during that time. And you're right. And it felt like for a little while there, it was like, man, it feels like Raleigh Worcester was like, you could feel the effort coming off of him, which you can't say about many guys this year.
Yeah, he was the one going, I'm going to be overly physical and make them call something. Yeah. And I was like, where is the rest of that?
Gosh.
That's what we've been saying.
Everyone plays Nebraska.
Yes, everyone goes out and says, we're going to bully you until the officials call something, and then we're still going to bully you until we're in foul trouble.
Yep.
And Nebraska just doesn't do that. And Raleigh was doing that so much tonight. I was like, thank you for just going out and saying, I'm going to just push somebody around.
Yeah.
And it didn't, ultimately, it didn't get the result, but you saw flashes. You saw so many flashes that you're like, this is why the team got out to a 12-2 start to the season.
Yeah.
Because there were flashes of what was happening effort-wise, and then you would have things go wrong, and everything just kind of snowballed from there. You had Bryce Williams, his first 2 fouls, I was like, I don't know. Those are kind of bad luck foul calls, but also he's not handling physicality at all. He had a turnover where I don't know if they got his arm or got the ball, but he just wanted to turn and whine about it, and then it was wide open offensive possession for Wisconsin the other way. And that seems to be happening a lot.